Hi everyone. Welcome to another vocab builder video. Our first word for today is casualty. It's defined as a person killed or injured in a war or accident. For example, the shelling caused thousands of civilian casualties. Next up, coax. It's defined as gently and persistently persuade someone to do something. For example, the trainees were coaxed into doing boring work. The next word is augment. It means make something greater by adding to it, increase. Consider this example. He augmented his summer income by painting houses. Next up, abyss. It means a deep or seemingly bottomless chasm. Consider this example. A rope led down into the dark abyss. The next word is composure. It means the state or feeling of being calm and in control of oneself. Consider this example. She was struggling to regain her composure. The next word is betroth. It's defined as enter into a formal agreement to marry. Consider this example. Soon I shall be betrothed to Isabel. Up next, bleak. It means of an area of land lacking vegetation and exposed to the elements. Consider this example, a bleak and barren moor. Next up, clown. It means a comic entertainer, especially one in a circus, wearing a traditional costume and exaggerated makeup. For example, a circus clown. However, in a different situation, it means an unsophisticated country person, a rustic. For example, the hob part of hobgoblin was a familiar form of Robin, or Robert, and became a standard name for a rustic person, or a clown. The next word is aloof. It means not friendly or forthcoming, cool and distant. Consider this example. They were courteous but faintly aloof. The next word is consternation. It's defined as feelings of anxiety or dismay, typically at something unexpected. For example, I always welcomed Clover, much to the consternation of the neighbors. Next up, bard. It means a poet, traditionally one reciting epics and associated with a particular oral tradition. Consider this example, our national bard, Robert Burns. Up next, aggregate. It means a whole formed by combining several, typically disparate, elements. Consider this example. The council was an aggregate of 3 regional assemblies. In other places, it's defined as a material or structure formed from a loosely compacted mass of fragments or particles. Consider this example. The specimen is an aggregate of rock and mineral fragments. Up next, blight. It means a plant disease, typically one caused by fungi such as mildews, rusts, and smuts. For example, the vines suffered blight and disease. However, in a different situation, it's defined as a thing that spoils or damages something. Consider this example. The vacant properties are a blight on the neighborhood. Next up, blight. It means a plant disease, typically one caused by fungi such as mildews, rusts, and smuts. For example, the vines suffered blight and disease. However, in a different situation, it's defined as a thing that spoils or damages something. Consider this example. The vacant properties are a blight on the neighborhood. The next word is confiscate. It's defined as take or seize someone's property with authority. Consider this example. The guards confiscated his camera. The next word is billow. It means a large undulating mass of something, typically cloud, smoke, or steam. Other words that mean the same are cloud, mass. Up next, cloister. It means a covered walk in a convent, monastery, college, or cathedral, typically with a wall on one side and a colonnade open to a quadrangle on the other. Consider this example. The shadowed cloisters of the convent. The next word is chronic. It's defined as of an illness, persisting for a long time or constantly recurring. Consider this example, chronic bronchitis. Up next. Compatible. It means of two things, able to exist or occur together without conflict. For example, the fruitiness of Beaujolais is compatible with a number of meat dishes. Next up. Abominable. It's defined as causing moral revulsion. For example, the uprising was suppressed with abominable cruelty. Up next. Adjourn. It means break off a meeting, legal case, or game, with the intention of resuming it later. Consider this example. The meeting was adjourned until December 4th. Up next. Boon. It's defined as a thing that is helpful or beneficial. Consider this example. The navigation system will be a boon to both civilian and military users. In other places, it means a favor or request. Consider this example. May I have the inestimable boon of a few minutes conversation? Up next. Appease. It's defined as pacify or placate someone by acceding to their demands. Consider this example. Amendments have been added to appease local pressure groups. However, in a different situation. It means relieve or satisfy a demand or a feeling. For example, we give to charity because it appeases our guilt. Up next. Apparition. It means a ghost or ghost-like image of a person. Consider this example, a headless apparition. The next word is compartment. It's defined as a separate section of a structure or container in which certain items can be kept separate from others. Consider this example. There's some ice cream in the freezer compartment. However, in a different situation. It means a grassy mound or other support depicted below a shield. Moving on. If this video helped you, there are many more like it. Feel free to leave any questions or suggestions that you have in the comments section below.